Good morning, everybody. Happy Hump Day. We are back in the shop this morning. Still another rainy day, but it's just the opposite of yesterday. Yesterday morning we had the heavy stuff in the morning and the light stuff in the afternoon, and today it's going to be light stuff in the morning with, I guess, a chance. I might miss some of it because it may hit farther north and on the other side of I-85. So if it does, I might not be too bad. Hopefully I get a chance to get out and work. I didn't get out here much at all yesterday, but it felt weird doing the coffee sessions from the office. But I've done a bunch of them. Probably done 300 or so. I don't know when I started coming out here, but yeah, done a bunch of them from in there. But it just seems weird because I like this setting a whole lot better. We're still working on some cookies, in case anybody's wondering. My boy's right here. I brought him some extra ones out here today because he's been a good boy. But let me real quick see who we got hanging out over here. Looks like we got a little bit of a gathering over here. Let's see, we got Darren Birch. Good morning. Happy Hump Day. Good morning, Darren. Yeah, you better hit that thumbs up, dadgummit. Troy Pritchard's in the house. Good morning, Troy. Happy Hump Day. I hope what I put on your comment on Facebook in the group helped you out a little bit, Troy. I just kept looking at that, and I kept looking at that on my phone. So, that's part of the problem. I'm looking at a little video picture. But something just didn't look right. And then I went in and got on the computer and blew it up a little bigger where I could look at it. And I'm like, nah, something's not right there. So then I went back out and looked at my demo board, and I thought, nah, I better let Troy know just in case. I don't know if it would have hurt anything, but it wouldn't have worked, I'm pretty sure. But Larry Galt's here this morning. Good morning, Larry. He says, good morning, everyone. Starting to have nice, cool mornings. Yeah, we are too. It's still kind of sticky because it's so dadgum humid and stuff here. But I don't know what temperature it is. Probably in the 60s. I don't know. I can't see on my phone, but it's they're going to get good. Leaves are already starting to fall off a little bit. Not too bad. Paul Stewart's here. Good morning, Paul. He says thumbs up. Yeah, we about got him caught up. We got a few slackers over there. Thomas Graham, good morning, sir. LB Sharp's in the house. Says, hope everyone's having a great day so far. Yeah, I am, I guess. Had a pretty good day yesterday. I'll tell you about it here in a minute. It wasn't too exciting, but John Howard's here. Good morning, John. David Burnett, good morning. Marcello's here. Good morning, sir. Dennis Nolan. Happy Humpty Dumpty Day. Did you get your video edited yesterday, Dennis? I didn't see a notification that you put one out. There's Clyde. Good morning, Clyde. Gary Hammett's here. Troy says, I am re-watching the wiring live streams. Yeah. I knew the thing that confused me. I'm like, I understand why you got the 5-volt power supply because you're going to use it to power your board. And by the way, I've got that exact same board. I went and found it and pulled it out, and I'm like, no, that's the 5 volts. You only need to put it to that board one time, and then you had like going to a terminal block, which means you're just spreading out that 5-volt power, and then you had one wire going to that 5-volt pulse thing, and that's not going to do it because you'd have 5 volts all the time there. Anyway, I don't want to get you confused, but yeah, you'll get it. You're on the right track. Ryan Ballard's here. Good morning, Solar Man. Mark Lindsay's here this morning. Good morning, Mark. And George Rothfuss is also in the house. Yeah. Good deal. All right. Well, we're caught up on the comments momentarily here. I had, considering it was a lousy, rainy day, I had a pretty good day. One thing, I got good news and bad news, though. The good news is I went out and ran my CNC for a little bit. The bad news is I never did find that thumb drive. And that worries me because I'm thinking, it's either laying on a certain spot. I have it up on my little monitor stand. I'll lay it up there. It's either laying there, or in some cases, if I check my pockets at night and it's still in my pocket, I might set it on my nightstand in my I got one of those little valet tray thingies. And it wasn't there. And then so I thought, well, it's in that computer out in the shop. I just left it stuck in there. And I do that all the time. And I went out there and it wasn't there. And I'm like, oh, great. Now where could it be? And of course, I had just started a load of laundry washing blue jeans. And I'm thinking, yeah, it's probably in one of the pockets of those blue jeans. So, which it's been washed before and dried and just keeps on working. But, anyway, so I thought, well, there's no sense in stopping it. So the washing machine's already going. So I waited until it stopped. And as I was pulling them out of the washing machine to put them in the dryer, I checked the pockets and I'm like, nope, it's not there. So I'm bumfuzzled now. I don't know where it could be. I'm sure it'll turn up sometime. But anyway, I got out there and had a little fun running me some pulleys. So these are plywood pulleys. I made a couple different sizes because I'm wanting to get rid of that Reeves drive pulley that's on my lathe back there. It works and it works fine, but I just don't like it. I don't like having that handle. You got to have that to move the Reeves drive pulley, but since I'm not using it like a Reeves drive, I'm just using it as a stationary pulley. I just don't like that handle being there. I mean, it's my lathe, so I know I'm not going to move that handle, but anybody else might come and first thing they do is, grab a handle and start moving it and mess things up. So I just want to get rid of that, but I don't really know what size I need. So I made this one well, I don't really know how you're supposed to measure pulleys. The outside rim is 4 inches, but the inside diameter where you got the V part where the belt rests, that's going to be about 3 1/4 on that one. And then this one is 3 inches outside and 2 1/4 on the inside. And I'll try these and then, because I'm going to put these on, test them, see what kind of RPMs I get. And then I may end up running one that's kind of in between these two. I don't know. But anyhow, I've had these programmed for I don't know how long. But I just haven't got out there and run them. But they're easy to make. If you ever want to make a pulley for a shop project or something, easy to make. I use 3 tools. These are from 1/2-inch plywood. You run 2 halves and then turn them up and glue them together. So you can still see the glue in here. I'm going to mount them on the lathe and take my little parting tool and try to clean up some of that glue where it's squeezed out. But I got the good little thing for the shaft and the key stock, so should work okay. But I'm trying to. I may have to play. My luck, I'll need one that's either smaller than this big one and bigger than the small one to get, because I'm trying to find that sweet spot with the RPMs where I don't need to stop and change pulleys. I had somebody when I was talking about it on, I guess I think it was a comment on one of my YouTube videos where they said, when I get one, I should get a thing like this where it's, a 2 pulley thing. But then I'd have to get one for the motor too. Either that or make sure I have enough ways to move the motor back and forth to take the slack out of the belt. But I don't want to have to change the belts. I'm trying to find that sweet spot where I get the right ratio that I can get enough RPMs that I want. And I don't want a whole lot more. I can get up to about 1600 now, but I'd like to be able to get up to about 25. And a lot of lathes go way faster than that, but that's my goal. But the problem is if you start putting a real small pulley on the spindle shaft and get to high RPMs, then you won't have the torque when you're at the lower speeds. So it's kind of a trade-off. So I'm trying to find that sweet spot where I can get some decent RPMs, a little bit more than what I'm getting now, and still have plenty of torque at those lower speeds. Man, did you see? Well, you couldn't see it, but you gonna get it, Jack? That gum acorns falling out of trees. I was in here the other day standing at the lathe, and one fell, and it hit the porch out there, and then bounced in and bounced up under here somewhere. I mean, they come bouncing in. There's the one that just come bouncing and rolling in the doorway. Jack's over there checking it out now. But crazy. But anyway, so I'm happy to have gotten my pulleys made. Marcel says, did you check the inside of the washer? Maybe fell. Yeah, I looked pretty good in there. I looked in the dryer. One place I haven't looked where it might be is it might have fell out of my pocket as I was pulling them out of the laundry basket. So I need to look in the laundry basket and see if it's, because I have found them in there before. It'll turn up. It's just always weird when I lose stuff a lot lately. I'm always talking about my cell phone and how I never answer it. And I get so many annoying calls every day. Well, I used to just say, okay, this is ridiculous. I'm just, because I'd be out here trying to record a video or something. That gum phone go off, So I just started just leaving the thing turned off. The ringer, the vibrator, all that stuff turned off. But here recently, there's been a few times where I'm like, where did I put my phone? And I say, Alexa, call my phone. And guess what? That doesn't help if you've got all the stuff turned off. So I decided what I'm going to do now, and I've done it the other day. I put a musical ringtone that's just for any time it rings. So now when a spammer or a insurance salesman or politician or whoever calls me, I will hear Reeling in the Years by Steely Dan. So and that'll help now, because when I misplace the phone, as I often do, I can say, Alexa, call my phone, and I will be able to hear it. So, and I don't know what the deal is, but that's happened a lot lately. Sometimes I leave it in my truck, because whenever I get in my truck, I don't leave it in my back pocket. I'm always afraid I'll break it. So I pull it out and I'll set it on the seat. And then sometimes I'll come home and come on in and leave it out in the truck. I've left it out here in the shop many a time. And sometimes it's in the house right in front of me somewhere. I can't find it. So anyway, So I had to turn sound back on, but I thought, well, at least I'll hear some music and not that annoying. That's what always used to make me so mad, because whenever it would ring and it would be just that standard ring, I'm like, I know that's not anybody I want to talk to, because all the people that I want to talk to, I have ringtones, specific ringtones set up so that without even looking, I know who it is. So anyway. Let's see. Dennis says, oh, wait a minute here. I'm way behind on the comments here. Gary says, it didn't get confused as a dog treat, did it? I don't think so. I don't think Jack would eat it. Even if he did, I'd find it eventually, right? Then I would have to put it in the washing machine. There you go. It says lost sock syndrome. The washer ate it. Yeah. I always consider, when I'm doing laundry, I always consider it a good day if I end up with an even number of socks. They don't have to be all the same, just an even number, you know. So that's all I look for. And I buy, yeah, Clyde says that's why I buy socks all the time. Well, I don't buy socks all the time, but I always buy the same kind of socks. So you just have one kind you wear, they all match somehow. As long as you come up with an even number, that's all you got to do. Marcello says, don't use thumb drives anymore. Set up home network so I can connect my work laptop to my CNC laptop. Yeah, I've never liked having that stuff on there. And it's no big deal. Thumb drives are still easy to do. At least for me, they are. But it'll turn up. It's probably, I'm thinking it might be in that laundry basket. If I remember, I'll go look and see if I can find it today. Steve Gronsky's here. He says, good morning, all. Thumbs up. I've got some more fantastic news. Well, it's not really that great, but remember I was telling you the other day my bandsaw was jacked up, or I thought my bandsaw was jacked up. Well, it turns out it definitely was those blades. That one blade, just, I don't know how it didn't break while I was running it, because it would come around and jump out away from the bearing and stuff. Turns out it was split and just a little thread holding it together. And then, you know, it didn't take me much to bend it by hand. It popped right into you. So I had another one just like that one, a Timberwolf, 3/4 inch wide, 3 teeth per inch. And I couldn't remember why I had it saved back there, but I put it on and it didn't track worth a flip. It had a big kink in it. And so I could not get it to track right. And I told you I fooled around with it for about an hour that morning. Finally gave up, and I thought, all right, I guess I'm going to have to break down and buy another one of those blades. Well, I got online looking, and holy cow, they must have shot up or something. I don't remember. Maybe they were, but I don't remember it being that expensive. But the Timberwolf 3/4 inch, 3 teeth per, or yeah, 3/4 inch wide, 3 teeth per inch was over $50. And I was thinking they were like 25 or 30. So I thought, well, guess I'm going to have to bite the bullet and get one. But I didn't. And I thought, well, I'll wait until, you know, and I use my bandsaw all the time, you know, so handy when you just need to cut something. And it's, you know, a lot easier to throw it on there sometimes and try to set up the table saw. Sometimes the table saw won't work for that kind of thing. But anyway, I found yet another blade. I was out here the other morning and found another blade that I had coiled up. I think it's the blade that I had on there, and then I wanted a thicker blade, so I bought the Timberwolf and took that other blade off, and apparently it was still good. Coiled it up, put the little ties on it, hung it up back there. And then when I found it, I thought, man, it's probably been a couple, 3 years since I've had this one on there. So I don't know whether it's because, you know, I'm bad about taking stuff off, and even when it's not even good, just hanging it up and not throwing it away. But anyhow, I pulled it out and I looked at it and I'm thinking, yeah, it looks pretty good. But it's a 1/2 inch, 4 teeth per inch. It's probably a Timberwolf also, which those, the 1/2 inch, they're like $25. But the bigger one's a lot, over twice as much. But anyway, so I put that on. And I was so happy because at least that blade, even though it's not really the bigger one that I want on there, it works fantastic and the saw tracks phenomenal. So my saw's not messed up. It was just the jacked up blade. So that's good to know. Let's see. Mark says, I used to have about a dozen thumb drives. Now I'm down to 3. No clue where the others went. I know, they just grow legs and walk off. But this particular one is one, and it's not like I have to use that one because it doesn't really matter. But it's just one that I've always used. It's an old one. I've washed it and dried it a couple of times, and it still works. But it's usually either in my office computer or on the CNC computer. One of those two places. Because I don't really, I don't bring it out here. I'm pretty sure I didn't have to bring it out here for anything. But I don't know. It'll turn up eventually. But don't really have anything else to talk about. I know I've been going to talk about this. I had it wrote down for a while now. But I can't remember who it was. Somebody on here the other day said something about the theme music, the little intro and outro stuff I play. And I got to thinking about that, and I'm thinking, yeah, I've been using that almost since day one. I think after I did that first coffee session and then decided that I would do a few more, I would try to get a little fancy and do that. So within the first few coffee sessions, I did that intro and outro, but it's the same one I've been doing for all this time. Here we are on number 405. I was just wondering if anybody's gotten tired of hearing that yet. But it's short for the most part. I think it's about I don't know, probably less than 30 seconds, I guess. But at least when you hear that music, you know what you're about to see, or you know what you just missed. One of the two. Let's see. Dennis says, I have good luck with Olson saw blades, 3 teeth per inch, Amazon, less than $20. Well, I've always used the Timberwolf because I don't know, just somebody said, hey, try one of those, and I tried it and I loved it. So that's what I used. But I did see those Olson on there. I don't remember them being that cheap for a 3/4. Maybe they were, but if they are, I'll try one. I mean, the $50, they last a long time, but I know, I guess what kind of got me turned off about that $50 is I know that one that I have that won't track because it's bent. There's nothing wrong. That blade is like brand new as far as the sharpness. You mean the mosquitoes are eating me up out here? But yeah, it's got that kink in it, and so I was cutting something and something split, and then it jammed the thing and made the thing not stop. The motor was still running, but the blade had stopped, and it put a kink in it, and just like that, I ruined that blade. It just gripes my butt. I had to pay $50 to get another one when I've got one that's perfectly sharp, but just will not track because of that stupid kink. And there's no way to get that kink out of there. You never beat it back. Right. George says, do not change the intro. It is burned into my brain. Time to tune into the coffee sessions. Well, that's kind of the whole idea while you do an intro and an outro is you get people. Man, I got a mosquito bite now. That sucker, he won't have to eat the rest of the day. He's probably full. Yeah, you do an intro and outro and stuff. And yeah, like all the TV shows do. They have that opening theme music, and that's how you know. Oh, my favorite show's coming on or whatever. So, but it's just easy for me to hit that thing and play a little intro. A little bit more professional, I think, than Let's see here. Mark says, I need to break down and get a couple more, but it's such a low priority. I forget to grab one when I'm at the store. Yeah, I don't know about your bandsaw, but for me, I mean, I use it a lot, but when I go to use it, I'm like over there, one cut and I'm done. It's like when you need to use it, it's really nice to have it there and be able to do it. Now I'm going to be putting that little 1/2-inch blade to the test. And my saw, I just have a rigid bandsaw. It's nothing not like I have some fancy one. And it's only got I don't have the riser block in it. So it's only got about a 6-inch thing is all I can resaw. But I got a piece of stuff. It's right there. It's just out of shot. I can never point right, but it's sitting on the table saw right there. But it's, I think about 6.5 by 4.5. So I'm going to cut it down to, there goes that stupid rice burner. I'm going to try to square it up. And then I may also try to cut the corners off a little bit, just save me some time on the lathe. But I guess that 1/2-inch will go through there okay as long as I go slow. Dennis says he just bought a 3/4 Olsen for $7.97. All right, well, I'm down with $20. That's not a big deal, but I hate to spend $50 when I don't use it all that much. All right, let's see. Dennis says, I'm trying to make an intro and out for my vids before I post anymore. I have 3 ready now on hold. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people, and I'm just going to give you my opinion, Dennis. You can take or leave it, like everything else I say. A lot of people do that, do a little intro thing where they show the same thing before their video, and sometimes they do an outro the same way too. And I'm gonna tell you, as a YouTube viewer, I don't care for them. You're gonna shoot a video and put on content. Let's get to it. Now, it helps, I guess, to get the new people, the new people that are watching and maybe that haven't subscribed yet or something. It might help them get familiar with your thing. But when I'm subscribed to somebody and I'm going to watch their videos anyway, it's still annoying to me to watch that, even if it's only a 15-second thing. It's like, oh man, come on. It's not like watching one of these things, a live or something. It's just totally different. If it's just a video with content, just get to it. Just get to it. So I've started to make those a few times, and then I thought, nah, I don't like them. Why would I want to make one for people to watch one of mine? So I don't do it. And I think that when you put an outro on there, I think that just guarantees for sure people aren't going to watch the whole video, because as soon as that comes up, they'll just go, oh, it's over now, and click off. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. You can do what you want. But I can tell you straight up, I don't like them. I still watch the people's video because I just have to roll my eyes when that thing comes on. I'm like, oh man, come on, we know who you are and all that. Let's go. But yeah, well, see, Dennis says he sees them a lot, and thought maybe I should. Well, if they don't annoy you, if you like them, do it. I'm just telling you what I like, But I can tell you, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, but every time, it's just annoying. I know who the video is because that's why I clicked on it. You don't need to remind me again for 15 seconds or something. Some people have real long ones, and I say real long ones, I'm talking like 20 seconds or something. And that's long when you're waiting for a video to get started. But, yeah, just get on with it. We know who you are. That's why we clicked on the video to watch it. That's my opinion. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. Larry says he doesn't like intros either. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot, there's a lot of different schools of thought on the perfect YouTube thing. But I've learned over the years, there is no perfect YouTube thing. And it's kind of humorous to me that some of the people that say, well, you shouldn't do this, and then other people do it and they're fine. I don't know. It's just there's no right or wrong answer for YouTube. A lot of people try to pretend that they are YouTube experts and this is what you should do and this is what you should. This is when you should do it and this should be this long. There's no right or wrong answer. And YouTube proves that over and over again all the time because you look at all kinds of different videos done bunches of different ways. Some are successful and some aren't. Just crazy. All right. He says, I like the Coffee Sessions intro. It's like a brand and it's good. It makes it very easy to spot among many others. Yeah, the other thing that I do, and it's basically because I was lazy, is, I have the, let me find it here. Well, I don't know. I guess I don't have it here. No, it's not on here, but it's the thumbnail. It's not this. But just the thing that says the copy session, the thumbnail. I just use the same one all the time. That way, you know what it is. It's just Dave and the copy session because there's no special topics or any kind of special shows. They're all just the same. I'm sitting around shooting the bull, drinking coffee. So, but yeah. And one thing is I just didn't want to be bothered with having to make different thumbnails for each thing because it's not worth it to me. But anyway, I appreciate you guys' comments. Troy says, I think an intro is good for a live stream. Yeah, I do too. Especially you need a little something because if you start off and this is another thing that annoys me with some people's live streams, if they don't have much of an intro or they don't have one at all, you miss out because by the time you get the notification and you get there, you're joining 30 seconds, maybe a minute, maybe 2 or 3, 4, 5 minutes. And yeah, you can always go back and watch it, but you miss it. But if you do an intro on a live stream, that gives people time to go, oh yeah, I set the reminder, there it is, because it's still going to take you a minute to get there and you don't miss a thing, So that's just my opinions, take them or leave them. They're not worth anything anyway, but, all right. Charles got here. He says, hello, David Jack. Jack says hello. He's kind of sacked out right here. Give you a quick shot on the Jack cam. He's a tired boy this morning. But anyway, all right, I got to get out of here. We got to get, I need to get out here and do a little work while it's not raining, because it's supposed to start raining harder again this afternoon. I'm not going to be wanting to track in and out with it pouring down rain. So anyway, we will get ready to get out of here. And let's see, tomorrow is, what is it? Tomorrow, Thursday. So get your coffee and come on back. We'll do number 406. Man, this month's going by quick, isn't it? And anyway, we'll maybe I'll have some thumbnail news for you tomorrow. See y'all. Have a good one.